In this lesson, we're going to be studying the circumference of a circle. I'm going to look at introducing you to the radius and the diameter of a circle. We're going to examine the steps that I like to recommend when you're trying to find the circumference of a circle, and then we're going to walk through some examples using the same steps. The radius of a circle is the distance from the center of the circle to any point on the circle. So if I have a point right here, the radius is going to be from A all the way to that point. Let's call that C. So AC also is considered to be the radius of the circle. It's the midway point between the center of the circle and any point on the circle. Now let's look at the diameter. The diameter is twice the radius. So if you look at this, the diameter is from one end of the circle to another end of the circle, passing through the center. So you can see here that this is a radius here, and this is a radius. So your diameter, another important thing to remember, is your diameter is your radius multiplied by 2, or some will call it 2r. Now, what is the circumference of a circle? The circumference is a unique term used for the perimeter of a circle, and it shows the path around the circle. Some would say the distance around the circle. It's the path around the circle. And the way we identify the circumference of a circle is we're going to use 2 pi r. Remember that diameter is the same as 2r. So you can see here that 2 pi r is the same as pi multiplied by 2r, which is the same as pi multiplied by diameter. So that's why your formula is pi multiplied by your diameter. That's why you also have this formula. Now, how are we going to find the circumference of a circle? First thing you want to do is identify the radius or the diameter of the circle, and then you will substitute the radius or the diameter in this. C equal to 2 pi r if you have a radius, C equal to pi multiplied by diameter if you have the diameter, and then you go ahead and compute the values in the equation. Let's look at some examples. What is the circumference of a circle with a radius of 7 centimeters? Note here that we're dealing with radius, so our circumference is 2 pi r. So let's look at, and we're told to leave our answers in terms of pi, so that means that pi can stay in your answer. So this is going to be 2 pi multiplied by 7 centimeters. So this is going to be 14 pi centimeters. That's our circumference of the circle. Now let's look at this next question. What is the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 21 centimeters? So now we need to make sure we realize that we have a diameter of 21 centimeters. And so our formula is C equal to pi multiplied by diameter. So C is now going to be pi multiplied by 21 centimeters. Now, an important part of the question is we're saying, yes, pi, let's use pi equal to 3. So this is going to be 3 multiplied by 21 centimeters. So this is going to give us 63 centimeters. So that is the circumference of this circle. The next example here is asking us to find the radius when we know the circumference of the circle. So let's start with, we know that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, and then we are given the circumference, so 16 is equal to, well, it's not 16, it's 16 pi. So let's get that, let's write that properly. So 16 pi is equal to 2 pi r. So the first thing we're going to do right now is to divide both sides, because we're trying to isolate the radius. So we divide both sides by 2 pi because we need to isolate the radius. And when we do that, pi is going to cross out, and then 2 is going to cross out. We can also cross pi out. And so therefore, 16 divided by 2 is going to give us the radius. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. So our radius is going to be 8 centimeters. And then now a final example. The circumference of a circle is 25 pi centimeters. What is the diameter of the circle? Let's start with our equation that relies on diameter, pi multiplied by diameter. So here we have 25 pi for the circumference, and we need to find the diameter. So we need to isolate d, so we're going to divide both sides by pi to get the value of the diameter. So now, when we cross this out, we're going to cross out pi because we're trying to isolate d, and so therefore our diameter is 25 centimeters. And that's how you can manipulate circumference using the radius and the diameter.